Hello, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. It's an early day.
It is Rise and Shine. Today is the day. And yes, if you are on Pacific or Mountain Time, I posted that at 5:30 this morning-ish. So that's because that's how excited we are for this. So we are going to do a very, very exciting bonus for you guys for our 12 gifts of Christmas. Okay, so we are going to be doing a 5-day challenge. But before I get into the details of what this challenge is going to be, I want to share with you a little story to kind of set the scene. Okay. So I remember standing over my kitchen counter, secretly stuffing a plate of brownies. It was a pan, right? So, you ever like just take one little piece of brownie and then it's like you go back and you get another piece and you just keep getting these like little tiny pieces. So I'm like in the kitchen, like just eating these brownies. I'm just sitting there eating them.
Oh,
And
only one more.
just one more. I was just, oh my gosh, like what is wrong with me? Why can't I stop? Like where am I gonna be? Like this was like the end of December, right before January. And it was like I was sitting there planning out my meal plan, my strict diet plan that I was gonna start the next day as I'm finishing this pan of brownies. And I kept thinking, like, when does this stop? Like, where will I be next January if I keep doing this cycle of like on the diet, off the diet, on the diet, off the diet? I'm eating clean, I'm not. I'm eating clean, I'm not. And I was miserable and desperate. And I felt like I was stuck in this never ending cycle of food. And I needed to change, but I just didn't know how to do it. And I had no idea where to start. Fast forward to today, and I have like the easiest, most in control. I have the most easiest in control relationship with food and my health that I've ever had. So what actually changed? So I finally started addressing the root causes of my emotional eating and my binge eating behaviors. I took a deep dive into healing my relationship with food and started taking some new actions. And then I really started to understand that my disordered relationship with food was not my fault. And it's not your fault either. It's years of diet culture messages that we've all been exposed to. So if you can relate to this story of like eating the brownies and be like, oh my God, I can't stop, like you're not broken. It's not your fault. And we are all feeling the pressure as a society to figure out like our emotional and physical health. We're pretty obsessed with health. And the reason that you've never been able to get lasting results is because the health and diet industry is flawed. Okay. So that's why Hannah and I do what we do. So are you ready to understand how you can get from misery and desperation and cleaning a plate of brownies to more freedom, control, and ease? So Hannah and I have the perfect event starting tonight that's going to show you the critical steps that you need to take. Okay, you ready? So again, as part of the 12 gifts of Christmas, we're going to be running a free 5-day challenge. And it's going to be about how to create food freedom confidence during the holidays. Woo, woo.
Yeah, because think about this, like health is our number one asset, right? And the diet industry keeps you like striving for health and like going through this cycle. And this is what makes us feel crazy. It's like the being on good, healthy, and being off bad, wrong. And it's like this back and forth that gives us whiplash, basically. And so what Sierra and I want to teach you is how to find more ease, more peace with your health. And what is your health? It's like you have to go a little bit deeper of what your health is. And it is the mental, it's the emotional, it's the physical, it's the spiritual parts of yourself. And we often just get laser focused on the food when, yeah, nutrition is part of it, but the other half is you and your well-being, how you're taking care of yourself. So this 5-day challenge is going to help you just kind of like recalibrate yourself throughout the holidays. So when it comes January, you're not going back on and creating this chaos cycle all over again. So this is for you if you're afraid of gaining weight throughout the holidays. If you're afraid of not being healthy due to the extra weight that you have on your body, and your fear of failing is like keeping you afraid of food and making you like think that you need to eat healthier, but then you can't stick with it, right? You fall off. And so think of this also, it's like when you, especially during the holidays, there's lots of extra desserts and comfort food. And so you tend to eat when you're happy, you're sad, you're bored, you're stressed, or you try to avoid your feelings. And it's so much easier this time of year because there is an abundance of food, right? Throughout the year, you might not have all those abundance of foods. And we're going to actually talk about that, of like why we go crazy during this time of year because of what we do the rest of the year. And you can't stop eating even when you're not hungry. Crazy, right? So you feel out of control with your eating habits and you're sick of being on the yo-yo diet train. We get it. We completely understand. And it's like, we know you've tried, like, have you tried all the latest diets? And you've tried intermittent fasting, clean eating, keto, the veganism, all of the things, right?
Yeah.
And you've been wanting, and like your true desire, number one desire is to lose weight. And it's like you've been trying to lose weight for years. Like, how many years have you been trying to lose weight? Some people I've talked to, it's been their whole life. So when do we realize that what we're doing, the path that we've been taking, is no longer working for us? We have to start recognizing there's a different path and something different to do, because it is so confusing out there with nutrition, with health. Everyone's telling you something different. We get it. And what our method does is it helps you get in tune with your body, with your own knowing.
Yeah.
So everything that happens outside of you, on all this information that comes, you get to choose and decide what's going to be best for you and your body. So it's like, are you ready to have lasting results, sustainable results, to feel peace with food, especially during the holidays and coming up January? Because how many of you are thinking, oh, it comes January, I'm going to like go ahead and eat whatever I want during December, and come January, then it starts. A new year begins. How many times have we gone through that cycle? Right? Come here January 1st and we try to, get all clean again because we're dirty. We're not dirty. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
It can be a little scary to try something new. It can be scary not to go on a diet. We get it. We totally understand. It took me a long time to feel at peace with food. And I just kept doing a little bit. And now, like Sierra says, she has a really easy relationship with food. So do I. Like, I really love food. I love all food. I have no qualms with any food.
And it's okay to love food.
Yeah. And there are some foods that I choose not to eat. I choose not to eat. So that's a good relationship with food. I don't have foods that I have pulled out of my diet because it's like I deemed them bad. I choose not to eat things because they don't make me feel the way that I want to feel. That's more empowered than saying that you have to get rid of something because it's bad for you.
Yeah.
Mental note.
Yeah, so true. So if you want to stop eating when you're full and actually listen to your hunger and fullness signals, some of you guys are like, I don't even know what my hunger and fullness signals are. I don't trust my body at all. That could be you. If you want to just like figure out those hunger fullness signals, eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. You don't want to think about food all day. But you want to have energy to do the things that you want. You want to get healthy, like true health. And I promise you, true health is not intermittent fasting. That's not sustainable. It's just not. Okay. We want you to get healthy. Health is a number one priority for you. And that's why we're anti-diet. We're anti-diet because we're pro-health. We want you to do what's best for your body. And we have step-by-step processes for that, to get rid of that diet mentality, to stop feeling crazy around food, and get out of this every January diet cycle crap. Okay. So I want you to think about where you want to be in January. Okay. Because it starts now. It's December. It starts now. If you start healing your relationship with food now, think about how much freedom and confidence you'll have when January comes and you feel like, you know what? I know what I'm doing in January. I know what my plan's going to be. Okay. So Hannah and I are going to be sharing with you over the next 5 days in our 5-day challenge how to create food freedom confidence during the holidays. Like, what does that look like? We're going to teach you how to have a healthy balance. Sometimes we have to take the road less traveled and take a different approach. If what you've been doing the last 30 years hasn't worked, it's probably time for something different. And that's what we're here to offer you. So our free 5-day challenge is starting tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. This will be available to watch on your own time if you can't make it live. But when you show up live, if you're able to, and you comment, even if you're not live, you can watch the recording and comment and interact with us and post your love work, which we'll be posting some little homework assignments. The more that you comment, the more times you'll be entered in to do a giveaway. We love giveaways in this group. So you'll be entered in for a giveaway and prizes. We all love prizes, right? So this is going to be life-changing. We're really excited to share this valuable information for you to get long-lasting results and a relationship with food that you truly desire. So do you want to go into what they're going to get out of the challenge, Hannah?
Yeah, so what you're going to get out of the challenge is clarity and understanding of like why we do what we do. You're going to have more patience with yourself. You're going to like learn what patience is. You're going to have self-compassion through like learn what self-compassion can do with your relationship with food. You're going to be able to cope with your emotions better. We're going to help you reduce your stress. That's a big one. That's usually a big cause of why we eat or emotionally eat. And stop when reaching for food for comfort. So you're going to stop reaching for food. That's going to be your only coping mechanism. So during this 5-day challenge, like you're going to just feel completely different. Like think about like, how do you want to feel? Like most what we say is like, people just want to feel peace. Just want to be happy. You want to feel peace. You want to feel relaxed. Well, but going through this 5-day challenge, you're going to get exactly that. So it starts tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to walk you through the holidays and get you through feeling good. So when January comes, you're still feeling good and you don't have to start anything. You actually get to start a new life, a true new life, a new relationship with food that is going to be more empowering than anything you've ever done before.
That's right. We can't wait to see you. All
Bye.
right. Bye, guys.
Bye.